If you don't know, you're about to know right now. You're about to learn. Education. I'm Quindell Evans. This is the Blue Poet Tree podcast. This is a podcast where we speak about the habits that it takes to create a successful life and also the habits that it takes to overcome and break through a stressful life. You feel me, them? The Blue Poet Tree podcast. Let's go. 3 words, the word blue, the word poet, the word tree. And on this episode, I got my main man, Jace The First with me.
Hey.
One half of the first poets. You feel me, them? And we're going to talk about control on this episode. But first, I want to introduce my brother. This is an artist who I've worked with and built a lot with in so many ways over the past few years. This brother is a chef. Taught me a lot. If I probably wouldn't have been vegan had I not met this guy. And I guess we could talk about that too in this episode. Maybe talk about how we met and stuff like that, and all the work we've done. And we got more podcasts. Expect him to be on the Blue Poetry podcast in the future as well, because we plan to do some other episodes, ideas too. So this brother's a chef, singer, rapper, performer. He plays instruments. He's a musician, and he's a father, and an overall good person. You feel me? You don't meet a lot of motherfuckers who's just actually good, and I mean like good, like not just like can be good sometimes and have a good heart but still get into trouble. Like people who's intentionally and purposefully and don't find excuses to be bad kind of good. You feel me? Because you know what I'm talking about. People can be like good-hearted, but it's like they still could just cause trouble because just they be like, I don't know, I would've, but you're not gonna test me, you're not gonna make me. So like, I never seen that side of him ever. Only that time you got arrested. Just like ready to beat the cop up. But that's just a black thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah. So introduce yourself. Tell them a little about yourself.
Well, thank you for that wonderful introduction. My name is JC, Jace The First on Instagram, underscores in between the words. And basically, I am, like Quindell said, I'm an artist. My means of art is, my first means is culinary art. So I cook. I'm a chef. Reach out if you ever need to learn some different ways you could enhance your lifestyle by making some tasty food that's also healthy and better for you than the traditional junk foods that we kind of tend to like. I learned at a young age that we all got our comfort foods and stuff like that we could kind of maybe like abuse, and I figured out a way to find healthier ingredients to make your same comfort food. So instead of using eggs and sugar in a cake, you can use sea moss and maple syrup, and your cake, and you know what I'm saying? The cake will still taste valid, it tastes good, but at the same time, you're not going to be using products that are so processed that is going to dehydrate your body and stuff like that. So that's one of the things that I'm doing right now is building different cooking classes and different cooking experiences for people, working on my recipes. I'm looking to, maybe Quindell can help me, but I'm trying to make a cooking book and a cooking blog where you have episodes where people could learn different techniques where you could make, sea moss smoothies. We could have our own, excuse me, I make vegan jackfruit, so we could do different tacos and stuff like that. But also, me and Quindell, we met on a singing and poetry vibe, a rapping vibe. We met at New Eurekans in where's it at? Downtown New York, Lower East Side.
Alphabet.
And I met him. He was performing "You Wanna Smile," and I was just like, at that day when I heard that song, I was hooked. I was like, yo, this song is like. I was looking around at people like, yo, y'all don't understand, this is the firest thing ever. Like, this dude is stupid. Like, he came up with he had a stick at that time. He hurt his leg.
Yeah, I hurt my ankle.
And so he had the staff. If you remember him, we used to have the staff with the comedic writing on it. And he just came up, stepped on stage, and just
Type. The funny thing, it was what's his name? He got a one syllable name. I can't remember right now.
I think I know what you're talking about. He had locks.
Yeah.
He used to have He used to have a girlfriend. He was hosting the show. I forget his name too.
Yeah, he got one syllable name, which is kind of like why I probably can't remember.
But
something like Fresh or something.
Something like that.
Something like his name was like Fresh or something. I knew him from I think the Dean's List tour or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I met him on the Dean's List tour. No, I didn't meet him on the Dean's List tour. I met him through that network, but not on the Dean's List tour. Mm-hmm. And I was singing on the train. I had the speaker with me that day.
He invited you
I
to
had
New
the
York
speaker and the stick. Yeah, I was a few blocks away from New York. I was on like Essex, like that first stop when you get to Manhattan, like on a J type, JMZ, like that first stop from Brooklyn, Manhattan over the Williamsburg Bridge. And I was singing on the train and I had my CDs. And I just decided to get out the train, and I probably went to the Creperie or something. I don't remember. But I remember being in that area, and I decided to sit on the corner and just sing and give out my CDs. Mm-hmm. I think I was trying to sell the CDs. And I've sold a few. And I was just in that area, And me, sometimes when I'm in that like idle time, I like to walk around and just freestyle with beats on and stuff. Like I had the speaker.
Yeah, you had the speaker.
That's just always with me. Yeah, I used to just always do that. So I was in my idle mind. Like I was in my idle time, like, And a lot of times I catch myself just like I'm out somewhere and I just do like a little side mission. Like I'ma just, it's like Grand Theft Auto. I'm out on this mission, and whether I succeed or fail at the mission, now I'm out. Now what do I do? So I'll just be like roaming, and I'll find a way to express myself musically in that idle time. So I was just walking around freestyling, and I ran into
the dude
and he was like, yeah, I'm having this showcase, I pop out. And I'm just like, I ain't even grinding right now, because I was hustling on the train. I probably ain't make nothing that day. I feel like I ain't make enough, but I don't remember. But
he was like,
but I remember him giving me a ticket. He was like, yo, if you can make it, Here's the ticket. He just threw a ticket at me. And I'm like, why not? And I'm like, can I perform? He's like, I don't know. It's a book show. It's
yeah, and I remember you came in.
And I remember,
came in after everybody performed, and like, I don't think you even asked. I think you just went on stage.
You know how I do.
Yeah, you ain't even asked. You just went on stage.
That's how I used to do. I chilled.
You chilled a little bit. I used to be on that level too. That's why I like that, because I'm on that level. That's why I was like, yeah.
I ain't chill on that. I chilled. I still have the energy.
But you don't have to do it.
I changed it to do it towards business instead of performance. I used to have the ideology, and Mike, I see his minds. He literally, like, I pop up to a show, I'm performing, like, you're not going to deny me a performance. But I asked. I was like, yo, like, can I perform? Like, I think it was a competition.
Yeah, what?
And I was like, I don't want to be in there, I just want to perform. Like, I ain't trying to hit the money or nothing. I just want to perform.
And the crazy shit is,
and he was like, yo, I can't give you much time. I'm like, bro, just give me a minute and a half. You know what I'm saying? I just sang the first part of You Want to Smile. And that's all I did. And that's all I needed to do. Because that's how I know how powerful that song is. And not just powerful in a way it could attract people, but it's powerful to me in my life. Because I know how much it changed my life. So, like, I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Give me a minute. And I was like, just give me 1 minute, bro. I don't need no song. And that's why I think he gave it to me, because I was like, all I need is acapella. I don't need an instrumental. All I need is 1 minute. And he was like, all right, go ahead then. Like, go ahead. Let me see make you go up there and sound stupid. He probably really thought, like, I couldn't do it. And the funny thing
is, it was a competition, and Matt, it was what I say, I'm older, so it was like younger people, maybe even a little younger than you.
Okay.
That I remember the dude with the yo-yo was there.
Okay.
It was some other young, like, bad, like, trap kind of like dudes from Jersey or whatever. But the whole night, I'm being me. I'm on stage, like, with people. I'm not performing. Like, I'm on stage just having fun.
On stage with people doing their songs.
Yeah, doing their songs.
Past the mic and then freestyling over their beats. I remember.
Yeah, I was just fucking with shit. And then at the end of it, when it was all over, you came up and you did your jump. And the way you know what I'm saying, your presence was real, real important. And then the thing is, afterwards, you went outside, and I went outside. I think I went to, chill outside or whatever. And then,
I remember you chilling with the Johns.
Yeah. And then you had to beat. You had to, basically a lot of times when I don't get to perform my shit, I be feeling. I did perform something that night, but I just like he said, I just freestyle some shit. But like I be feeling like I got more to do, so it was perfect experience because I went outside and Quindell. That's when I was like, yo, I really like that shit. He was like, oh, you liked it? Come here. And he played the joint again, and he did it again. He had the song this time. He had the recorded song inside. He only did it with the stick. So I'm like, yo, you got that whole, you got it recorded. And then he did that. He sang it again, and then after that, we you played beats, and then we just freestyled. And you said there was some girls out there, and we just freestyling, like, you know what I'm saying, like off the top, just doing mad different things, like pulling them along. So we built a little crowd, and then after that, what happened was, like, after that we was all like hot off the vibe of just, you know, making music, and it kind of fizzled out. The event was over, and I was asking you about I was like, I want to sing on the train. I never performed on the trains before, and you was like, oh, word?
Nah, we ain't even link up off that.
Nah, we did, because we was chilling. We was walking for a while. Link up off that. And
we walked together, it was us two.
And then we got on the train, and we was downstairs in the train. We didn't do Smile or nothing like that. Okay. We just got on the train and we freestyled. It was regular. As a matter of fact, we didn't freestyle on the train. We freestyled on the platform.
Type.
For this. It was like a lady and a guy. It was like a few people on the platform. Type. But we freestyled on the platform. We didn't get no bread or nothing.
First dollar. We got it.
I got $1, but you know what I'm saying, it was nothing like OD bread. But then after that, you was like, yo, hit my phone and we could you know what I'm saying, we could build. And so I hit your phone and you was like, yo, you wanna, you know what I'm saying? And that was my first experience with singing on the train. Like, and you showed me the ropes, you showed me, like, it was a learning curve for me. Cause you know what I'm saying, like, it's a learning curve for me.
I remember we linked up. After that, the first time we linked up was at my crib uptown. And then we went over like a video idea for one of the songs.
Which one? Video songs?
Yeah. And we went over the video for the song with Me and Now. Stop guessing, don't question, my flow was destined.
All right.
And then you gave me an idea. Oh, I see the kids in the park, and then we hit the bell and hit the, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. Like, we came up with a video idea.
Remember we wanted to do the battle in the dance video? We never did that.
Yeah, we came with a lot of ideas that we never did.
But and now, like, I realized that the bro was
keep talking.
Realized that the bro was so multifaceted and talented on so many different things. Like, but one thing that I really admire is his follow through to get to the, you know what I'm saying, to like not give up on your dream.
Yeah, I already got it.
So, so right now I'm real proud of this affirmation book.
I got your ticket. I
that he got.
Ticket, the money.
We're gonna go over one of the affirmations and just build on it.
And then
it's so important to actually have affirmations daily, every day, that you could focus on, so you don't lose track of your goals and lose track of your dreams and shit like that. So, which affirmation we got today?
Alright, so we got an affirmation about control, but before we do that, let's do the pledge. I don't know if you remember the pledge Bobby was doing, but I'm about to, if you don't know, you're about to know right now.
All right.
You're about to learn. Education. Alright, so it goes, you're supposed to say the last word. If you remember. If you don't, we're going to get
say the last words in the beginning.
Nah, we just going to go through it. Look, I want to be what I can be, to be proud, healthy and free. I want to say what I know, to help my brothers and sisters grow. I want to feel good about me and blame no one for my misery, cause I'll be strong and turn it around. I want to go up, I'm not going down. I want to do what I can do to make all my dreams come true. Remember my past, the good and bad, how I made it art, even when it was sad. I want to share whatever my gift, and when you're feeling low, I give you a lift. I want to live without fear, and know that I'm blessed for being here. Just know that you're blessed for being here. Just know that we're blessed for being here. Just know that we're blessed to be here. So that's the flag, you feel me? Mm-hmm. And that's what I like to start off the Blue Poetry Podcast with every time.
Definitely, because that shows homage to the elder, you know what I'm saying, the elders and the ancestors and stuff like that, because so much in that pledge, that's been being done for years and years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Way before us.
Yeah.
You feel me?
He been thugging.
Yeah,
and like
that's
he does the tour in Amsterdam every summer. I'm saving up chicken right now.
Oh,
so
word?
by the summer,
You trying to go to
I'm
Amsterdam?
popping out. Like all
Oh,
I
that's
need is a
dope.
flight, and I'm like, I don't care where you staying or nothing. I ain't got to stay with you. But
No,
I'm
you be good out
performing
there.
wherever
Yeah, you be good out
you
there.
performing at. And
And
it's
you
just
know
that
he's
simple.
treated like royalty. When he
Yeah, like I'm wherever you at, big bro. Like I'm opening up with you.
Shout
Everywhere
out
you
to
go.
Abiodun.
But yeah. So the affirmation we got today, that's the affirmation right there. That pledge.
Word.
So I am only in control of myself, how I do and what I say. I accept that things don't have to be done my way for me to appreciate. One more time. I am only in control of myself, how I do and what I say. I accept that things don't have to be done my way for me to appreciate.
Okay.
And I wrote this affirmation pretty much, I don't know, because I feel like, I do know, because I feel like personally, I may be a little controlling sometimes when it comes to projects that I'm working on, people who I'm working with, even probably females I'm in a relationship, probably we could say that. I don't know, but that's just how I feel, personally.
Yeah,
I feel like I might be a little controlling, maybe because I always felt like I wasn't in control of my life, or maybe, maybe because I feel like I want more control of my life, or maybe because I'm a Capricorn. Who knows? But this is one of those affirmations that's like, that allows me to reflect on not being so controlling, like letting go some time and allowing things to take its course, allowing people I'm working with to take the lead. Don't always have to be the leader, don't always have to be the one doing the job, the important thing, don't always have to be the head. Sometimes I might need to be the foot, especially when it comes to learning. If I want to be in a learning position, I got to step back sometimes. So like, I'm realizing that like relationships is very important to our success, and in building relationships, I want to be in a learning position. I don't always want to be the one teaching. As much as I say, if you don't know, you're about to know right now. You're about to learn education. Sometimes people need to say that to me. People need to give me that energy. You feel me? Because I want to be in a learning position too. So this affirmation is about that. Like I don't always have to be in control. You feel me? Sometimes I got to step back.
Let me read it.
And let things take its course. So I'm only in control of myself, how I do and what I say.
I accept that things don't have to be done my way for me to appreciate. One thing I love about your affirmations is that they rhyme most of the time.
Yeah, they always rhyme.
Yeah. If they don't always, they always rhyme.
Always rhyme. That's the whole point of it.
But you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna read it one time. I'm only in control of myself, how I do and what I say. I accept that things don't have to be done my way for me to appreciate. So break the first part down. I'm only in control of myself. Like, that's a big thing right there. Only being in control of yourself is like, it's so important, because if you really have control of yourself, then you have control of everything. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's deep. Like, the more you realize control, like, if you have like total control of yourself, and you're the captain of your own, you're the captain of your own destiny. You're the ruler of your own kingdom, of yourself, and it means that like you won't even let yourself try to take control of you.
Right.
So it could be maybe like a negative habit or something like that. You won't let anything that you feel shouldn't hold enough weight, hold a certain weight. You don't let none of that control you. You still could tell yourself, you know what, I don't want to do that, or I do want to do that, because you have control of yourself, of what you do and how you do it, and what you say and how you say it. Then the second part is I accept the things I don't have. I accept the things
Don't have to go my way for me to appreciate it.
Okay, so I accept the things that that's every day. That's an everyday.
Yeah, that's definitely an
occurrence.
everyday thing.
That's a everyday occurrence. You gonna realize that you want. You know what I'm saying? Like you want. I don't know. Whatever. Like you want things to be.
You might want to get to work at 8:30, and the train is not as early as you want it to be. You feel me? And it's okay.
So if you want, the point of the matter is, that you gonna let that stress like what I'm saying? You got to let it go. So that's the point you was trying to make. Like,
Yeah, appreciate it. Like, just appreciate, like, all right.
You're not in control of that.
Yeah, I'm not in control of it.
But you are in control of how you
React.
you react to it, which is
Respond.
the real control. You know what I'm saying? That means you can control. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, you can control.
Not in control of the train.
Yeah,
But I'm in
you
control of
yourself.
myself,
Yeah.
you know, and how I react to the train coming whatever time it's going to come. You feel me? I'm not in control of how someone speaks to me. I'm only in control of what I'm saying to them.
Exactly.
So they may speak horribly to me, but my response, the sentence that I recite back to them,
Yeah.
is what I'm in control of.
Yeah.
And it also has to do a lot with energy too. Like, a lot of times you might have people in your life that are like, you know, that might be bad to you or negative to you or hurting you. You know, it's like maybe have an abusive parent or something, or just like maybe not abusive like physically, but maybe mentally, or just they neglect you or talk to you a certain way, like they're always screaming at you or something like that. And then when you become an adult, you know, you're in control now. You know, as a child, you might not be in control of that. You know, so this is like a mature thing. You know, when you have people in your life, as an adult, you are in control of how you react to the people in your life that's not treating you right. As a child, you might not be. You might be a victim as a child, depending on how much responsibility, accountability, and like maturity you've been taught. You know, sometimes we as adults or parents, I'm not a parent, but we as adults and parents, I can't speak for parents, but we as adults, we teach children things. We teach the youth things, you know, whether it be consciously, purposefully or not. But if you can teach your child how to be responsible, be mature, and be accountable for themselves, you know, like not be afraid of adults, you know, not be afraid of authority, and always be able to ask questions to authority, to always be able to have a proper conversation with authority, then when it comes, if you taught them that as a child, throughout their adult life, they're accustomed to that, so they're not playing victim when they're in a relationship and the person is kind of trying to correct them or something like that. You know, they might be having, you know, if you haven't been taught that maturity, that responsibility, accountability, in a situation where your partner might be like, I don't like the way you did this, you should have did this way, you might be on the defense and play victim like, well, nobody talks to me like that. You know, but if you've been taught how to, you know, respond in situations like that, and
You can be like, okay, that's your opinion.
not necessarily that's your opinion. We could just have a cool conversation about criticism. It doesn't have to be a separatist, like, well, that's your opinion and I don't like the way I did it. It's like, oh yeah, you don't like, what don't you like about it? How can I help you like it? You know, like, we can actually get somewhere. But the whole thing is, we're not in control of of how someone likes what we're doing or not. We're not in control of what someone has done to us in the past.
You're only in control of
how we could receive it, literally, how we could receive it and what we can do with what we receive. You feel me? And I think that as adults, you know, we're in control of that. As children, maybe, depending on if we're taught to be in control of that. But I'm speaking from a point of, you know, there's a lot of us who's broken and haven't been taught these qualities, and as adults, we have to kind of teach these things to ourselves, how to be responsible, accountable, you know, for the information, the information, the energy, the vibe that we're receiving from other people, like how to be responsible, not play victim to energy. I'm only in control of myself. I'm not in control of you. And also when we're working with each other, how to actually work together and not have that separatist mind, like, oh, it's your opinion, that's your way of doing things, I'm gonna do it my way. How can we come together and work together? Like, how can I let you do things your way and you let me do things my way, but we can still get to the goal that we're trying to get to together.
And this affirmation also helps you not try to control other people, because once you realize that you want to be in full control of yourself, then you want what you want for yourself, you kind of like should want that for others. So you want them to be in control of themselves. So it's like, if you're in a situation where sometimes somebody might want you to control them, they might want you to, you know what I'm saying? They might want you to control them, and you're like, wait, hold on, you know what I'm saying? Like,
this is not my purpose. This is no one's purpose. Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna say nobody's purpose, but you know, maybe it's kind of, maybe, I don't. That's drastic. It's not my purpose. You know, I can't say this is no one's purpose, because certain environments you never know where control needs to be. You know, if you're at war, if you're the army, you know, military,
it's
it's
job
different.
aspect.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
You
but
know,
like,
managerial type of positions.
yeah, but that's like a little.
It's a little bit control, but it's more like allowing them to lead
life,
too.
like your whole
But
life aspect,
relationships,
But
and
even
relationships.
you could put it like that. All right, so boom, you could be working a job, and because you working a job, say the bosses or whatever, whoever may have you, they have a lot of control of your life. 40 hours a week you working there. They control when you walk into the job. They controlling how you getting paid. They controlling what you're doing for, you know what I'm saying, them 8 hours you at work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have a job that's really, really, you know what I'm saying, nitpicky about what you're doing and stuff like that. They might even control when you take break, when you eat. You know what I'm saying? All those things. So it's like, and we living in a society where it's so easily our control over ourselves is so we volunteer like people to have the handle of your vehicle being you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, for so many hours out the day, for so many moments out your life that you have to. That's why this affirmation is important, because you have to remind yourself that even though you are doing those things, you're lending. It's like you're leasing. You feel me? It's like you're leasing. They don't own you.
Leasing,
you know what I'm
renting
saying? You're leasing yourself to a job, so they could be like, you know what, I need you to do A, B, and C.
Right.
And then even once you got to know that you're
prepaid.
They're asking.
Energy.
They're just giving you that little push. You still are in control of how you're doing that job. The accuracy you're doing it, you know what I'm saying, like
the effort you're putting in,
the love,
which you still in control of which your purpose is, what you want to get
out
of it.
Exactly.
You know?
If you want to be the manager of the place, you want to open your own business.
What you want to learn,
what you're learning from the job.
Especially in this day and age, we like people will be like looking at jobs as like a bad thing. You know, like everybody want to be an entrepreneur and stuff like that. And it's like, nah, like sometimes you gotta understand the purpose of a job. Yeah, you gotta learn work quality, learn hard work qualities.
Because they're gonna ask you what you need to. They're gonna ask you to do what they need you to do to be successful for yourself in the position, and to be successful for the position. The position needs to be filled with, like,
be fulfilled. To fulfill the position.
So if you accept that and then you learn from it, then you can say, okay, well, in my life, like, you can use the same outline and apply it to your life, or apply it to
if you working for a business and you're showing up late every day, what makes you think if you start a business you're not gonna be doing things on time? You feel me? So it's just like sometimes it all comes full circle. The qualities, the attributes, the work ethic is work ethic. So it doesn't matter if it's working for yourself ethic or working for other people ethic. Work ethic is what we're learning here, and we're not in control of what someone needs at a job, but we're in control of what needs we're going to supply. You know, like what needs we're going to fulfill for the job, you know, depending on how we're hired. But I want to talk about, you know, personally me, you know, we used to work together and we had songs, you know, we wrote a lot of songs. And the process of writing a song for me is very rigorous. Like how I would want to write a song, how I would want to like even rehearse it, you know. For me, it's like I don't need to write. The last song that I created is not written.
You ain't never need to write, really.
There's no lyrics. But I know, like, when we was working together, I might try to force that idea on you, like,
you better write it down.
Yeah, forget it. You ain't even got to write it. No, remember I used to be like, you ain't even got to write it. Just keep saying it.
Yeah.
But that's not how you worked. And then it was like, all right, just write it down. Like, I had to, like, accept the fact that things aren't going to go my way with all the time. Like, you don't work like me.
Yeah.
You know, you work like you. You know?
And I'm the type of dude that, like, even if you would tell me 3 different ways or whatever, like, because I know who I am, I'm like, okay, I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm like, I'm going to try those ways. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to apply that stuff, but at the end of the day, it's going to happen the way it naturally
It's going to happen none of these 3 ways. It might not happen. You know, you give me 3 different ways to work, but I might need a whole nother 8 before I figure out which way I want to work. It might be a combination of all of them.
But that's the beautiful thing is, it's like I'm in control to understand that, okay, somebody's asking me, or somebody's trying to give me some solutions to where I might be at 65%. They trying to get me to 85%. But I gotta be in control of myself to know what I need and what I can, you know what I'm saying, what's not gonna work for me. and what's going to work for me so that I can get to that 85%. And then, you know what I'm saying? And that's also knowing about being only in control of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, if say Quindell is like, yo, he's going, say it gets to a stressful level. It never happened like that, but say it got to a stressful level where then he would have to realize that he's only in control of his, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
he's only in control of himself. He's not in control of how I'm going to get from my 65% of, you know what I'm saying, of learning this song to knowing the song like 95%.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like an ongoing lesson. You always got to realize that you're in control of, you know what I'm saying, you're in control, and you want to be in even more control in the of your actions, your words, your, you know what I'm saying, your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, realize that outside forces is gonna sway those so much that you might not feel like you are in control.
Right.
And that's okay. That's okay not to feel like that, but realize that, you know what I'm saying, at the end, you accept that. You accept that things don't have to be done your way for you to appreciate
The
the
appreciation
process.
is the key. Like, you accept it and you appreciate things not going your way, because when you appreciate it, there's always something you can pull from it. There's always something you can learn from it. There's always something that you'll look back and be like, I'm glad it didn't go my way, because look.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like,
yeah.
And that is okay. Like, like The Rock, he was wanted to be in the NFL. He wanted to be a football player. You know, and he never got the chance.
Mad disappointment.
He got cut from his team. He got cut from the team, and he looks back at it now. It's like, yo, that's the best
thing ever.
The best dream that never came true, because I became The Rock. Like, I would have been Dwayne Johnson, a football player. I became The Rock, the wrestler, the actor. If I had made it to the NFL, who knows? You know, I probably had a year or two, and you know, who knows?
He gets to play football players on TV now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. For real, he played football player in what's that movie, The Longest Yard or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, that was Adam Sandler. Whatever. But Gridiron Gang. Yeah. All right. So, but the whole point is like,
shout out to The Rock.
Yeah, shout out to The Rock, because it's inspiring, because he had to realize, like, I'm only in control of myself. In this moment, I'm only in control of myself. I'm not in control of the fact that I got cut from, that they cut me from my team.
And think about it, like, you have to, like, I don't know if this is his specific scenario, but say you want to be a football player so bad, and then somebody's like, nah, bro, put these leotards on and go be a, you know what I'm saying? Right. Be a wrestler. He's like, really? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, he had the option. It was always a choice, because his father was in was that WCW? Or like
WWE.
WWE? Oh, when it was WWF?
Yeah.
His father wrestled, so like that was the option. He just never I want to play football. But and his grandfather, what was their name? Like those Hawaiians, those Samoans, they like really wrestle. Like wrestle for real. I forgot The Rock is Hawaiian. So like he had the option, and sometimes we gotta realize that things not going our way opens up more options, more ways for that becomes our way later, you know? And that's what we appreciate. We accept it, you know, like things, if I don't want to write music, but you do, I can appreciate the fact that I can read the lyrics because you're writing them. You're going to be writing them. And like, for example, today we wanted to look up a lyric and I didn't have it because I don't write music. So like, had I accepted the fact that it's okay to write music sometimes, we could have had them lyrics ready to read. You know, so like it's always something to appreciate from things going another way like this. You know, like if I am if I'm the purchasing department manager and you are the payroll manager, you know, I can appreciate, you know, the way you do things. I can appreciate the way you do things in your apartment compared to the way I do things in my department because we work together, you know, and that's what I think, like not being in control allows, you know, not being in control, but being in control of only ourselves and accepting other people, who they are and how they do things that are different from the way we do things, allows us to learn different things, like ultimately. And that's the appreciation part. Like, who's not going to appreciate learning new things? If you're a millionaire, we about to go right now. If you're a millionaire and your friend is a billionaire, obviously you need to accept the fact that you can't be in control. You know, if you want to, you know, like you can't be, you know, not that you can't be in control. You need to accept the fact that, you know, like you're in control of $1 million and this person's in control of $1 billion. You might need to not do things your way if you want to learn. You know, might need to learn how to do things the billionaire way in order to increase your finances. So like, I think like allowing other people to have their way sometimes in our life
You find
allows
out
us
what
to
you
learn.
need to appreciate in that situation. OD.
So any last thoughts on appreciation?
I just want to say,
And
like everybody
control.
that's listening to this podcast in podcast world, watching the video or whatever, or come across us, like I just want to say thank you and continue to have a wonderful experience in life. May our paths maybe cross and may we be helpful to each other. So again, my name is JC, and I want to say thank you to you, Quindell. Thanks for all the support and help you've given me through the past years since meeting you. And just let's continue to have nothing but great success and health and wealth and happiness.
No doubt. So we're gonna come back another episode for y'all. I want to say that what we might need to do. I want to say this on camera too. So
go ahead,
man,
lock it
you
in,
know what I'm saying? Look at it and be like, we said we're gonna do it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Say this for the podcast. We said we're gonna do it. You listen.
Let's do it.
We might need to meet once a week.
All right.
To start building on your book.
Okay.
You feel me? Situate how we want to do the recipes. Stuff like at least getting it written. We can figure out all the visuals for it later. But at least getting it written, gotta have some fire visuals. Yeah, but like an outline.
Yeah.
So we can figure out like exactly what recipes and how many recipes you want in it. So we might need to start somewhere. Start somewhere.
Yeah. A lot of times
get a few meals
it'd be the start.
and we just you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be great to start, but you gotta start to be
great.
So at the end of the day, if you don't know, you're about to know right now. You're about to learn. Education. Let's go.